Hello everybody, welcome to astraeakeva. This is Ao. In today's video I'm going to have a very short tutorial. This is probably version 1 on how to construct the head for portrait art. As you guys know, I create mostly portrait art. I'm not that good at drawing bodies and stuff. I'm studying that, but portraits are the way that I always go for it. So I'm going to show you guys how I actually steal other artists' ways of doing art and constructing in order to make my process much more easier. So let us begin. So the first thing that I do is I tend to draw the circle first. No one can draw circles, please don't lie to me. I'm just going to draw this really ratchet circle, and I'm going to do what I learned from Colleen. If you guys don't know who Colleen is, she's a great artist who does really funny art. Well, she has funny voiceovers over her videos, but basically draw a vertical line and then break that vertical line in half, and then take the lower half and then half that one and then half the one at the bottom. I'll show you guys a little bit more at the end, but I don't only use what Colleen teaches. I use Andrew Loomis's head design for the little ellipse on the side, and then I use Mark Burnett's eyes, like eye construction, to place the eyes. This is just one way of doing it. I have multiple ways depending on what I'm trying to draw, but this is what I tend to do. So as you guys notice, where the first half of the line is where the eyes will go, and then where the second half is going to be is where the nose is going to be, and then the other half is going to be where the mouth is. But for my own personal style, I tend to place the mouth a third below the nose line. So that's just my art style. I don't like it when the mouth is too low, especially when drawing male portraits, and the jawline tends to cut, the chiseled jawline for male characters. I tend to put it where the mouth is. So I take other artists' way of doing things and just do it my way, and it has worked for me. So basically I view every tip and trick that I've studied over the past couple of years. I've done hyperrealism for many years, and so I switched to digital art last year. Everything that I've learned so far is just a tool in a toolbox. So yes, so I'm going to show you guys. Draw a vertical line. I don't know what's going on. I can't draw a line straightly. Draw a vertical line, and then we're going to half that line. That's where the nose is going to be. It doesn't have to be perfect. Then half it again. That's where the first half is where the mouth eyes are going to be. Then half it again. That's where the nose is going to be, and then where the mouth is going to be. But like I said, I tend to put my mouth line about a third below the nose line. Yes, so my style. So yeah, I hope this doesn't confuse you guys. But anyway, yes, this is how I construct the head for portraits. I think portraits are sort of something I've always understood for years, so I'm going to focus more on portraits, painting portraits and all of that. So let's just look at a few examples. Yeah, no one can draw circles well. I don't know. Maybe there's some people who are good at drawing circles, but I can't. So I just start with a line. Draw the line. And then I will draw, let's see. Okay. I'm just copying the line so I can use it later. So yes, half that line for the eye line, and let's draw a circle. I really suck at drawing circles. I prefer painting rather than drawing line art for some reason. I just like painting, but I have to study line art for my comic. The head seems the circle seems a bit too small. Yeah. I think let's make the head the circle a bit bigger. That's where the nose line is going to be, and then the mouth line, I'll put it a bit higher. Let's measure the top and bottom of the head. And the top is on top of the hair, so yes. Let's draw a bigger circle, doesn't have to be perfect. Yeah, it doesn't matter. And then that's where the nose is going to be. Okay. And on Photoshop you can just, and also Medibang, you can click Shift and then draw a straight line down. Nose. And I introduced the Andrew Limis's head drawings. Since the character is looking straight ahead, the ellipses look like lines, right? So let's see. Let's do the eyes. And then just above the eyes, a little distance above the eyes, we're going to put the eyebrows. And I do the Mark Burnett eyes. I kind of like it because eyebrows do tend to move down, especially with male characters. If you want a sort of fierce male character. And then let's see. So that's where the nose line is. I have really bad handwriting. I'm left-handed. Mouth line and eyes. So that's where the half and half. And then eyebrows. We're gonna draw just ears. I will make separate videos, and I'm setting up my Patreon where you guys can get most of my files and in-depth tutorials on Patreon. They'll probably be up by the end of this month. All of these things I studied a couple of years ago when I was doing traditional art for portrait drawings. For male characters, I tend to make the neck very thick. Just for him to look more mature. Just draw for the hairline. I tend to go more half as well, half of the top line. But I'll show you more in depth when I do a 3/4 view how I draw the hairline. And I'll do, like I said, I'll do more in a tutorial on how to draw eyes, ears, nose, mouth, and then an in-depth tutorial on my Patreon, and anatomy and all of that. Yeah, so a male character. I'll also do a female character as well. So that's sort of how I construct the face from imagination. I'm not using any references. And one thing is I keep practicing. So I keep practicing and drawing these over and over and over again. This is why I place my mouth a little bit higher, because I realize if I place my mouth at this location, it makes the character look more younger and more feminine, especially if I want to draw a more fierce male character. Yeah, so I'm going to place the mouth a bit higher. So the mouth line, let's draw a side view, or let's draw a 3/4 view. I'm just going to copy and paste the line so I don't have to draw it again. Yeah. There we go. Half it for the eye line, nose line, and then my mouth, which is a third below. Let's draw a circle. When it comes to turning the head, instead of it being like a perfect sphere, the head is sort of more wider. Like the back of the head is a bit wider. Yeah. Draw a circle. So when I do 3/4 views and side views, I tend to start, instead of the center line on the face, I tend to go for more with the Andrew Loomis's head, with the circle or ellipse on the side where the ear is going to be. And so that way I'll use that method to find out where the eyebrows are going to be. So as you guys notice, I drew the circle. I realized I don't want him looking up. I just want him looking straight ahead, but on a 3/4 view. So that's kind of why I use the line that I drew right now. And that line I'm going to use to draw his eyebrows and where his ears are going to be. So draw another diagonal line. This line shows you where your eyebrows are going to be. So you can find Andrew Loomis's book. I'll put a link in the description box below. So I'm going to use the Mark Burnett's eyes that kind of tilt down. Let's go back to 3/4 view, and where the eye line is, that is where the face is gonna go in. It's gonna indent. And then the hairline, I will draw it by drawing a line between the eyebrow line. So the hairline, that's how I use to draw the hairline. And then drawing the ear. And the ears, the top of the ear will be where the eyebrow line is, and where the nose is going to end where the nose tip is. So as you can see, where the eyes go, it dips in and then dips out, where the cheekbone is. And then I tend to draw a little ellipse at the bottom where the chin is. Let's move it a little bit forward to make it more prominent. Draw the mouth. The jawline is where the mouth is going to be. And I tend to always try and figure it out. I draw it over and over until I sort of get the features that I want. Even when I use references, I try to change my references every once in a while to make the art my own. I tend to draw a thick neck for male characters. Draw the eyebrows. And then draw the nose. And draw the mouth. So the whole thing about eyes is that the eyes are kind of one eye length apart. If your character is looking straight ahead, it's going to be one eye length apart, right? But if you're going to look at it, your character is going to have a 3/4 view, then the nose line is going to cut through that first quarter, especially in this direction, like this. Cut through it. Where the eye is going to be. Okay. Draw the eyes. If the eyes are too close to each other, they look really, your character looks kind of derpy for some reason. So try to remember that one eye length apart. Yeah, the head is gonna be a bit wider, the back of the head. Let's do a side view. For the longest time, I used to struggle with side views, but I ended up studying a lot. Let's see. So we have the line. Let's draw a circle as always. Half, half. And a third. Not so perfect circle. It's okay. This is all construction. When people are constructing homes, their homes don't look perfect. So all of this is just trying to figure out how to draw, how to make it look more appealing, more realistic. And I would advise you to study from references, drawing over references, just to construct the head. I've noticed that the circle is a bit too far, so drawing the circle in the center might help, but then the more I draw it, I realize it looks like I'm looking at him from on top, because I can see that the space on top seems a bit wide, so I have to fix it. Where the ear is going to be, where the hairline is going to be, eyebrows, and then eyes are going to be a bit lower, goes in and then goes out, where the nose bridge is going to be. I tend to draw a circle where the nose is going to be. Like I said, it looks like I'm looking at him from the top of his head. So let's draw the circle a bit bigger. Draw neck. And then when it comes to drawing the mouth, I tend to draw little circles. I'll show you guys that in the mouth during tutorial. Little circles. And male characters tend to be more sharper, like the edges of their face, the appearance of their faces seem a bit more sharper. I feel like the mouth is a little bit too back, so we should fix that. all of these things you can fix it as you keep drawing, so you don't have to be perfect from the first go. Draw the ear whichever way you draw it. So that's sort of the front view, the 3/4 view, and the side view. 3/4 views are more attractive to draw, in my opinion. You can reveal the character's personality more when you draw 3/4 views, especially if you're trying to draw 3/4 views, maybe looking up at the character or looking down at the character. These are some exercises that I do just for fun, to do that and to get familiar with 3/4 views, but from various directions and angles. You can do these exercises without having to post them online or anything, just for practice, just to get familiar with constructing the human head. So I do these little simple exercises. What if maybe the character's looking down, or something. So yes, so I will just leave it at this. I will finish drawing these few examples and exercises. You can look at the various directions the head can turn and tilt. But anyway, that is all for today's short tutorial. Like I said, I will put up a more in-depth tutorial with anatomy, in-depth tutorial for the different elements of the face, and all of that on my Patreon, and you guys can check it out. It'll be active and up by the end of this month, so please look forward to it. I have a goal of reaching 50 Patreons, so hope you guys can help me with that. And yes, that is all for today's video. I hope you guys have a great day, keep studying, and please don't give up on what you're trying to achieve, or your goals of drawing art, or if you enjoy watching art. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to leave a comment below, subscribe, like, and share. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day.